Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to discuss something about behavioral interview questions that are being asked in any interview. So the one question that we are going to deal with today is, what is your dream job? So this is a very tricky question wherein the student gets confused about what to say and how to answer this question. So let's into detail of this question, how we can answer it and why the interviewer is asking this question to us, right? So let's start with the first slide. This is, why is this question being asked? So it's very important that before we start answering a particular question, we should know the intention with which this question is being put across. So, firstly, to get an idea of your passions, values, and motivation as an employee, it is very important for the employer to understand what kind of employee you can be in future. What are your passions? What are your values, and what drives you? Because if that are aligned with what the company is going to do, definitely you can be one of the assets to the company. Will you be satisfied with the position if you got the job offer? So sometimes we have very high aspirations, but the job we are actually applying for, maybe that job won't be able to give us that much. So it's very important that this person who is being employed in the company feels satisfied with what he is getting in the first term. So again, it is very important from the point of view of the employer that they are recruiting the correct person for the correct job profile. Secondly, the prospective employer is trying to figure out if you have the skills necessary to do the job. Every job requires a particular set of skills. So when this question is being asked, knowingly or unknowingly, you will come across, you may be sharing your passions, your skills that you basically have with the interviewer, and they will come to know whether you will be a suitable choice for them to recruit or not. Next is guidance on how to answer the question. So now, first of all, before you could start answering the question, you need to think about a few points in your mind and frame your answer accordingly. Get clear on what you want in a job. So now what we are paying attention on is not the job description, but what are things that matter to you when you are seeking a job. That should be very clear. So sometimes if I am good at my interpersonal skills, I would love to have customer interaction when I am doing a job. So it doesn't matter to me what profile or what company I'm going to join. What matters to me is what is the nature of job that I'm going to do. So if I'm satisfied with it, I should answer it accordingly. Next is, in your answer, include elements of the job you're applying for. As I told you, that we should never mention a particular position that we are looking forward to. What we should basically focus on are the elements that we are, searching for, or we are asking for, or what we are basically, what we want from a particular job. What is that that will give me satisfaction? That is very important. You can also talk about your ideal work environment and company culture. So just before giving this much of information or displaying this interest in the culture and environment of a company, it is very important that you research a lot about the different environments that actually prevail in the inside a company, because generally from outside we will get a different look of the company, whereas when we understand or we know somebody who is working in a particular company, they can give you a better insight of the company. So before just putting this point across, it's very important that you think about in your mind that are these what are the different working environment culture that you are looking for when you're going to join a company. Okay. Next is, get clarity on what appeals to you about the job you're applying for. Definitely, if we are applying for a job, we must have something we must look something that is going to help me out in my life moving forward, or which is going to help me in my career growth, or which has, somehow given me satisfaction and contentment that I am doing something good. So many times we end up doing a job where we are not satisfied. We might be earning a lot, but then are we really satisfied? Do we really want this kind of job to do? This is very important. So just answer these few questions, and then in your mind, or prepare it before well, and then frame correct answer that could be given in front of the interviewer. Next is, what to mention in your response. So share some experiences. Just by telling one line answer won't help. I will again put a stress on that whatever you are explaining, whatever points you are giving, please support them with some examples. That is always going to help you, because then it looks very realistic. Okay, talk about what interests you. So definitely your interest tells us what kind of person you are, what actually excites you, what is that that keeps you going. So if I say traveling is my, say for example, hobby, so that is reflecting that I'm a kind of person who likes to meet people, interact with them, find solutions, who is adaptable in nature. So just by answering or giving one particular response, the other person is able to judge what interests me, what kind of person I am. So if I am suitable for the job, they will definitely keep me in consideration. Mention your career values. So it's very important that you have a clear idea about what are the values that you're expecting in your career, because so many times the interviewer can ask you questions, just to check whether you are going to have your values when you are in your job, or you can just give up for any one or the other, maybe increment or incentive. Okay, so it's very important that when you are mentioning your answer, you have to take into consideration all these 3 points: sharing examples, talking about your interests, and mentioning your career values. Now, what not to mention is again very important: jobs that have zero relevance to the position you are interviewing for. So there are so many times it happens that I want to be, for example, I want to be join army. Okay, so when I want to join army and I'm sitting for a interview where I'm looking forward to be placed as a software engineer. So what is it? How is it relevant to what I'm going to say? So it's very important that if I am telling about my career or dream job, I don't have to be very very honest in telling this, because there is no relevance of what my dream actually is and what I am looking forward at that time to. So please understand that whatever you are going to give, you have to be honest. You can't lie, but then you have to give answers which are in sync with the job being offered to you or the job you have applied for. Roles that are too grandiose. This means I cannot mention something which is not beyond, my worth. So if I am an engineer, I can't expect to go directly for a managerial or top brand posts, because I need experience. It's not that those who are sitting at those positions aren't from engineering backgrounds, but they have done so much more than just having a degree. So I cannot ask for something which I am not capable of, or right now I am not in a position to hold that position. Okay, so please do not mention such roles. Don't say the job you're applying for is your dream job. Now, what happens is most of the times, just to please the interviewer, I will say, okay, sir, actually, my dream job was to join your company. So that is simply telling the interviewer that this person isn't honest, because he's going to give the same answer to every company he's going to sit in. So please do not tell about the name of the company or the role you want to be in that company. Just tell about what actually excites you, what is the thing that you love to do, what are your passions, what are your career goals, and what are the skills that you want to enhance when you're going to be a part of an organization. Now, one sample answer that can help you make your mind of how to answer a question. My dream job is one that would allow me to utilize my communication and customer service skills. I have discovered over the years that one of the key strengths is interacting with customers, being able to solve their problems quickly and efficiently. The main reasons this job interests me is that I would be able to interact with customers and discuss and sell a product I believe in. Now it is now just understand the meaning, a gist of this answer. If I'm going to give this as a sample answer or this as a reply to this question, first of all, I am telling about my dream job wherein I am putting stress on the skills that I have, my strengths. Then I told you give some example. So he has given one example I have discovered over the years. So yes, we are telling about one of our experiences, why I am looking forward to such kind of job. And then I'm attaching the relevance of my skills and other experiences to the current job I'm looking forward to. Now, what I'm doing right now is I am not mentioning anywhere the name of the company, the job profile, or any other lucrative benefits that I'm going to get from this job. What I am completely focusing on is my skill, the way, the things that excite me, that interest me, and why I am there for this interview. So this is very simple, and you just need to research your own answer and make your own proper reply for this question. It is very important that please do not copy from any site, any answer, any sample answer, and rote learning it and then uh, just go and give the same answer. That's not going to help. It should look yours, because it should be in sync with the resume that you have forwarded. It should be in sync with your own other questions that you're going to answer in the interview. So they are checking your behavior. That's why we call these type of questions as behavioral questions. They are checking what kind of person you are, because ultimately what all skills you have, what kind of person you have, will have an impact on the growth and development of the organization you're going to join. So I hope that you understood the relevance of this question by the simple presentation that I have given you, pointing out all the aspects, what you have to say, what you should not mention, how you should mention, a sample answer, and most importantly, why this question is being asked. So all the best, and do prepare your own answers, your unique ones. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.